Hi, welcome back to my channel. This video is part 1 of 2 of the bus tour. On the bus tour, you're going to see a lot of scenic views and different tourist sites off of the bus. If you want actual video footage of us walking around, you want to check out other videos on my channel. But this is going to be narrated by our tour guide who lived in Havana. So if you're looking for something narrated by a local, you're in the right place. But if you're looking for something where we're walking around Havana, checking out the streets, then you're gonna wanna jump over to one of my other tour videos. And again, this is part 1 of 2. So if you like this video or wanna see a different part of Havana that you didn't see in this one, hop over to the second one.
Cuba, we are a country that our population is 12 million of citizens, 11 in Cuba, 1 in Miami. Hey, hold on. Excuse me, hey, what's going on? So, this is the remain of the city wall. You're gonna see over there this area. They having the city started from this point. The harbor, the entrance of the harbor used to be wider, and then started to build the avenue over there. And well, some of you want to spend one more overnight. This is a police station. Just let me know. Free bedroom.
That's pretty crazy that they were named.
3 bedroom with cucarachas.
A big thing in Cuba.
Baseball stadium.
Nowadays, soccer getting over the baseball. This happen all over the world, many countries that used to play more baseball than soccer. So, but really, this is a stadium from 1930s. Them having a remodelation that is the field, and they having this bench on the field was extended in 1970s, but it's a stadium from 1930. Is the capacity 55,000 people? Nowadays, still the main stadium of baseball in Cuba. So why blue? Blue is the color of the capital, related with the sea. And the theme of the capital is called Industriales. This year we didn't qualify for the second half of the series. We hope that the next season we're getting better. I love baseball. I'm not a fan of a sport, but just I follow this. If this is a good game, also the same with the soccer. Also, Cuba is very good in boxing, so wrestling and rowing. The only problem with a rowing team that the Cubans train, and then left to Miami. Well, if we get to the Olympics, yes, really. We have a few Olympic champions in wrestling, boxing, shoot, different kind of. So well. No, the question is that recently, last Friday, we had a tornado in Havana, and I have a few friends that living in this area. It's quite sad. Friends, nothing that we can see on the pictures is close to the reality. I never see, I'm past different hurricanes, some different weather's issue because the sea getting into the city sometimes, but nothing related with this hurricane because they pass for one municipality in Havana that is the most density population municipality, and all of the electricity wires was in not very well condition, and all of those wires are on the road, and damage is incredible. Now we have we hope that all of the state-owned institution became to running and fixing, but they're gonna take a few days. The good thing is that they affect only 11 kilometers of the city. So for one part two, they cross the tornado cross, so the center south of the city, and so far they have a report only 5 deaths, but I think that is more. I think it's more because it was at 8 p.m. when everybody was at the house. Also, I have a friend that he thought that a plane came down. The plane is crashing. He took his son and he get in and he prayed, said, well, the plane don't gonna come in here. He hear this, and it's not common tornadoes in Cuba. But anyway, so now, for example, with the tour guys, so we are recollecting things and to bring in those persons. So really, they needed help. So, well, friends, just. Well, now my boy gonna surround the Revolution Square, and then we're gonna have a stop in order that you can have a picture to this area. Why we having a stop here? Friends, we passed by the former presidential palace at the very beginning. Nowadays, all of this area is the presidential palace. Nowadays, you can see a tower on the right, and it's a member of our national hero Jose Marti, who was a person that organized the independence war against Spain. Behind this tower is all of the government office, and the buildings that surround the area are the Cuban ministries. We call ministries, like in US it's called department. So on the left, this guy looked like Bin Laden. you're gonna see the info. No, it's not Bin Laden. He looked like me sometimes. Looking for my picture in the city because I represent my lovely Havana. So well, now this guy that you're gonna see in this picture is in this statue. His name is Camilo Cienfuegos. He was one of the leadership of the Cuban, one of the commander-in-chief on the Cuban Revolution. Also, this building on the left is the National Library, and next to the library on the left used to be the National Lottery. Nowadays, still be a lottery, the financing ministry. They're still gambling with the money. So, also, you're gonna see on the right, the first pictures, Camilo Cienfuegos, one of the commander-in-chief, he disappeared early 1959, at the very beginning of the revolution, in a very mysterious airplane accident. After he passed away, he died, Fidel's brother became to be the commander-in-chief of the army. So the next one, if I mention Ernesto Guevara, maybe people are not hear nothing about this name, but if I mention Che, it's a most well-known name. Why Che? Che is a word that the people from Argentina, where he's from, used to connect one phrase to another one. Like in English speaking, you use bro or man. Argentinians, they use Che, like Che, we go there, how are you, Che? And one time that he met the Cubans in late 1950, he joined to the Cuban revolutionaries. He came to fight in the Cuban revolution, and then this guy, he became to be an important personality because he continuously few guerrillas in Congo, Africa, and then he went to Bolivia, where he passed away. For example, in this area they have a Wi-Fi zone before the 3G, so they used to come in, and also nowadays the people is still using the Wi-Fi because it's cheaper than 3G. So Wi-Fi areas in Cuba, the price is 1 CUC for 1 hour. So, and 3G is the expensive, the big plan is $30, 2 gigas. No, sorry, $30, 4 gigas. Use it in one month. It's well, not everybody could afford $30 to spend in internet, but they have another offer, like I think it's for $10 you can have in 700 megas, and people are using it. It's quite running well. So okay, let me, which speech I'm going now. So far, some of you have a question for me. No question for me. Yes, please, my dear.
Does the baseball stadium have a place where you can buy stuff?
If the baseball stadium have a place where you can buy stuff, yes. So, but you must come back, and it's open until 5. Or in another way, once time that we have in our pair or our mariage, so we're gonna drive back to the city, and we're gonna have time to visit the San Jose Market. San Jose Market is a huge warehouse. It's a huge place where have a lot of vendors, and you're gonna have an hour where you can find some baseball stuff as well. You're gonna see, well, that is the west. No, it's not the western part of the city. So, but now we're gonna be close by a river, and in this area was the first settlement where the city gonna be founded, because the Spaniards, once time that became to operate in Havana, they want to build the city near by a river because they need fresh water. But 1 year later, they decided that the harbor gonna be a better strategic position, that the harbor gonna be more functional, and they started to build an aqueduct to bring fresh water from this area up to the old town. That took 90 years to bring this, the channels and the aqueduct. So that is the result. You're gonna see. Oh, what nice wave! One of my hobbies, I surf a little bit, and every moment when I saw a wave, I want to leave the tour. Okay. So, let me mention one really nice place that is very close to the cruise ship terminal, if some of you want to have in lunch. So just across the cruise ship terminal is one hotel, and they have a nice inner courtyard and a very small restaurant, and they have a menu for $25 per person, and they included appetizers, one drink. They have a few options as a main course, and one of those options is lobster. Also, they have pork, chicken, but for $25 per person, you have really many options, and it's just across the cruise ship terminal. Some of you who want to visit this place, once time that I drop off you on the cruise ship terminal, I can show you where is the place. Another place that you can visit, just 2 blocks from the cruise ship terminal, is a beautiful and very busy square, which one is called Old Square. In Spanish, Plaza Vieja. Plaza Vieja.
What about for tonight? Like
Well,
the evening?
what about for tonight? Now I'm going for tonight. Let me mention Old Square, just 2 blocks from the cruise ship terminal. And let me point you one place. You can see on the right, friends, this small dome used to be the first ice skate place in 1953 in Latin America.
Wow.
Ice skate place in 1953. Ice skate. Well, and then coming the U.S. Embassy building as well for 1953. Friends, for tonight, let me pass to the U.S. Embassy because I know that have if some of you have trouble at night, now this is your place. For some of us who are American citizens, if some of you are, I have people from another nationality here, from Canada. You are from Canada. Well, Canadian Embassy is across the river. Near the
Polish.
Polish Embassy is a very beautiful building. Just look to the back, the U.S. Embassy. But let me show you something, friends. You can see here in front this flagpole.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the history. 2000. I'm laughing because that is a stupid fight between 2 kids. In 2005 or 6, the U.S. intersection put it on the top some electronic billboards to send message about democracy, human rights, that the Cubans who used to sit on the Malecon, so that is where you can do at night time, coming to the Malecon. It's the best spot, we call the largest bar. So, and Cuba built this flagpole to rise, black flag to hide those letters. In order that Cubans do not read those messages. As well, let me point to another funny things. You're gonna see right at the end of this square one sculpture, which one is our national hero Jose Marti hanging a baby. Maybe some of you hear about one Cuban child. You can see this sculpture on the right. You hear about one Cuban child called Elian Gonzalez. Was a child that his mom took it in a raft and he died on the travesty to achieve United States. So then this kid should come back because his father was in Cuba, and we make a lot of parades and things. And this is our national hero hanging Elian Gonzalez, like protecting from the US because his finger pointed to the US Embassy. That is one point of the history. The another one, some people say, well, Jose Marti is telling the kids, you must go there. The art is fun. So keeping for tonight, some of you really do not have booking any excursion, so I can recommend it that you can come into the National Hotel, which one they have a cabaret and a nice terrace. They have a nice show, and you don't need to be client of the hotel to come in to enjoy a very beautiful view at this place that coming on the right. You're gonna see that's a place. Oh, hold it, before you can see this building with the red balconies.
Yeah.
Everybody can see it. It's the most important building in Cuba. Is where I'm living. I don't have balcony. I live in interior apartment, but I working for having a balcony.
Come to your house tonight.
Yeah. Also, this is the terrace of the National Hotel. They have a beautiful sunset view. They prepare nice mojitos. All the time they have a band, a small trio playing music, and it's a good spot to enjoy a few hours in the afternoon, just having there. As well, in this street, which one is the 23rd Avenue, they have one place which one is called La Zorra y el Cuervo. If some of you like jazz, La Zorra y el Cuervo for jazz, and it's open at 10 p.m. It's from 10 to 1 a.m. in 23rd Avenue. La Zorra y el Cuervo is another spot. Or the closest experience for when the Cubans hanging out at night, just buy a bottle of rum, buy some colas, and just sit at the Malecon. In Cuba, drinking low, you can drink at the street. In Cuba, do not have any restriction to drink at the street. If you really want to have in the most close experience, what the Cubans do at night, just walk from the cruise ship and sit for minutes and the Malecon. Cuba, our crime is polite. Remember, I have all of your money, and it's quite safe just sitting at the Malecon for a time. Yes, it is, and you will gonna love it. Really, I don't gonna recommend any fancy bar, another show, because if you want to have a close Cuban experience, please go to the Malecon. So as well, we have different shows and the city, like I have one show that is called Buena Vista Social Club organization. So their performance, so keeping the tradition of the Cuban music, so who appear in the 30s and the 40s. Also another excursion, another place that you can visit is the Tropicana, the famous Tropicana Cabaret, and another show is the Parisian, which one is a cabaret into the National Hotel. I hear that somebody have an excursion to the Parisian. Maybe you're gonna see me because I need to work at night time, and I'm gonna be to the Parisian excursion. So now I'm gonna have a break. I'm gonna have my lunch. I'm gonna have a kiss to my son and a new daddy, an 11-month-old son. Really, I'm so proud, and I need to share something. My son sleep entire night. Friends, you cannot even. In Cuba, we are superstitious. We don't want to feel proud of something that is good for us, good for me, in order that do not turn upside down. But really, my son sleep entire night so far. I don't know when he growing up, but so far sleep entire night. So well, we are driving. We keep driving from the modern part of Havana. You can see this area look a little crumbling, but it's because time. Also, my mom live here. That is the area where I moved from the outskirts. I told you that I born in the outskirts of the city as a countryside boy. But when I had 18, I moved to the downtown. For me, it was like a. And then I used to come into the Malecon and need to spend an hour taking city buses, coming to the Malecon, and just then I moved 1 block to the Malecon. And I spent every night when I was a teenager at the Malecon, and some days on the summertime I used to swim over there. It's not allowed, but we play like. So well, friends, now we are passing from, look, if you take a look back on the left, you're gonna see the modern part of Havana. This view, friends, in 1959 this area looked better than now, because all of those buildings was brand new. For example, this tallest one with a small tower on the top still be the tallest building in Cuba, and another big one on the left with a wide street in the middle used to be the Havana Hilton Hotel. So now you're gonna see we are turning the entrance of the harbor on the left. We're gonna start to see some fortress, some old buildings, old castle. So across the harbor there is a lighthouse, which one is a fortress from 1600 as well. This fortress right here is called La Punta Fortress from 1600. So on the right you're gonna see the Spanish embassy and the former presidential palace. And now you started to get an idea in this point where we did today. We drove through the downtown and then we come back. Also, this is a memorial, this is a monument in memory of one of the generals who fought on the independence war against Spain. Also, this facility is a tunnel that crosses the harbor. If some of you as well want to do some visit to the fortress, I recommend a visit from 8 p.m. to 9, because every night at 9 p.m. we have a reenactment of a cannon blast. So because the city used to be enclosed for the city wall, and by the citizens at the gate of this city wall gonna be closed, they used to shoot in front a powder cannon from a ship. But once time that this fortress was built, they used to do it from this place over there, and it's a nice place also. They have a beautiful view from the top hill over there. This is this fortress, and the reenactment started at 8:30. So yes, arrive to the fortress from 8 p.m. and you can explore all of this fortress. You must hire a taxi. So the price of a taxi is no more than 15 to go to this fortress. And it's another, the entrance is $8 ACUC per person, the entrance to this reenactment. And it's a nice place.
We did book our excursion through Royal Caribbean, but if you wanted to book it separate, this is the company we were using. Like, this is the feedback survey, so it has all their information on it.
Yes,
Very good.
doesn't
Would
matter which language
highly
it is.
recommend.
Only you need